Hello and happy Thursday. It is February 3rd. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. I'm getting a wicked late start here because I started working on a card for unfinished business. I started that this morning, and when I create art, I go right into a flow, and all of a sudden time just evaporates, and that's what happened here today. So let's get right to it. I'm going to try to make this a very quick reading because it's really late and I'm going to have to pick up my child here. And I also have to do the birthday reading. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about energy and what is influencing us here today. So that's really interesting because this is the card I'm working on for unfinished business. So we're working with the energy of the Nine of Swords. And so today is one of those days where if you're feeling at all anxious, if you have any anxiety, it's just going to feel multiplied. The stresses that you've had perhaps recently are going to sort of gather here, today and in the near future. And they're going to make you feel uneasy. I mean, there's just no way around it, right? If you have something that needs to be addressed, something that needs to be done, and you've been putting it off or you've been procrastinating, today is going to be one of those days where you just start worrying about it, worrying about everything that hasn't happened that you need to do. And it's going to create a level of stress. And hopefully you'll be able to manage that. Hopefully you'll be able to, address these areas that you've been procrastinating on. But it may make sleep very difficult here in the next day or so. It might make you feel just more concerned about the decisions that you're making. Are you making the right choices? Or maybe you need to make a decision and you haven't done that yet, and that in itself is weighing upon you. So let's see what we have going on here for the opportunity. So you're going to get a chance to get into a rhythm, to feel comfortable, right? This is going to be a nice break here from this Nine of Swords. Something's going to shift, right? Maybe it's you discover that you can just start tackling some tasks here, knocking out the easy stuff first. You're going to find that you will get yourself into a groove, and this groove is going to feel good. It's going to feel as though you're just knocking things off your list one after another. Getting to this point, though, is going to be really important, because if you're feeling stressed out, right? If you're feeling uneasy about what's on that to-do list, right? If there's stuff on there that you put off because it's not enjoyable, this energy of the Two of Pentacles, I feel like, is going to open up the door to make things feel less tedious and more fun. In some way, somehow, some task that you've been putting off because it's been, something that you just don't feel like doing, or something that doesn't bring you great pleasure, it's going to find its way into the mix, and you're going to get things done, and you're going to feel good about it, and you're going to feel relaxed that you're getting all of your to-do list knocked out. So let's see who's showing up here. Who's showing up at our door? And who knows, maybe something forces you into doing it. It's like, you can see here, this cat is not distracted by anything. This cat is totally focused on these two little mice that it's batting around. We have the poppies here. That's for your inner strength. So perhaps this opportunity that you get is one where, you've closed yourself off into a room and you say, I am not going to be distracted. I'm going to get this stuff done. And you are, and you find that strength within to do it. And once you start knocking things off that list, I think you're going to find that energy that is centered around the Nine of Swords just sort of alleviates. It's not, or it's alleviated. It's not, it doesn't weigh you down so much. So coming in here, we have the Hangman. And so this person, whoever, and I feel like we've seen this a bit too here, this Hangman energy. This Hangman, whoever this individual is, they might end up being a source of some stress and anxiety. Okay, so you're going to have to watch that, because this person is going to be someone who you need their sign off. You need them to finish a task. You need them to do something. And unfortunately, they're not there. They're doing something else. They can't help you at this time. And so this might make you feel like, oh God, what do I, like, how am I going to manage? I can't get anything done, right? I have to get this, I've got to keep the tasks, going here. And I'm waiting on this individual, right? I'm waiting on somebody else, or waiting on some other situation to kind of ease up. So there's nothing that you can do to speed the process along. You can't make somebody come back from vacation any earlier. You can't, make somebody respond quicker than they're going to respond, You can't make a situation move any faster than it's already moving. So all you can do is just release into it, let it go. Use this as a time, use this time to figure out a way to ease your mind, right? Work on the tasks that you can work on. Find ways of controlling the anxiety, right? Maybe there's some other way or some other method that you can employ right now to ease some stress, to keep all the tasks going, to keep your momentum going, while at the same time letting go of that need for whatever it is that you're waiting on to happen. It might be a great time for you to see this situation also from a different angle, right? Maybe there's some other way. Maybe you don't need this person's approval, right? Maybe there's some other way around it. Maybe there's a lesson there for you to learn at this time. So just this Hangman is going to really, I feel like it's going to create this sort of snap back to anxiety that it's already there, right? This energy is ripe, right? This Nine of Swords is what is circling around us. It's like it's waiting for a victim, this energy is like looking for a host, basically. And it's saying like, ooh, who's there that I can feed on, right? Who's there who's already feeling a bit anxious? Who's second guessing themselves? Who's, worried because something isn't happening the way it should? And when it gets there, when it finds you, if you're in that state, it's just going to hunker down even more. And so I think the way to combat that is really to focus on the tasks that you can get done. Get as many things done as you possibly can. When you're focused on all the things that you can do at this time, you're going to sort of, push out that anxiety. You're going to say, oh, I don't have room to even think about you because I'm so busy thinking about all the tasks that I'm working on. So let's see what advice we have. So go with the flow is right. Here, we have this energy of the Fool, and I feel like we see the Fool a lot, right? Am I going crazy here? But I feel like this Fool energy really does show up quite often. The Fool here is just a reminder that this is one giant adventure, right? This is not a sprint to the end. This is a marathon. And enjoy the process, right? Allow for spontaneous events. Here with this Hangman, maybe this is an opportunity to pivot in a different direction. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to see something that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise because you're, so focused on having something happen the way you expected it to happen. But as soon as you let go of that attachment, maybe there's something there that you would have missed if you kept with the status quo. So the energy of the Fool is here to help. It's a reminder to have faith, to have, an outlook where the universe has your back, right? The universe is watching out for you. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. That's for sure. Right? Some days it feels like the universe is out to get us, but that's not the case. That's our human perception, really. The Fool is saying, you might be, and you can see, with that dog barking, the warning and all that, you might be terrified inside, and you might have all of these fears surfacing because something isn't happening the way it should happen. And you might be waiting, on something, and you're waiting on somebody else, which is the worst thing when you have to wait on somebody else, right? But when you let go of that and you recognize that this is all part of your story, right? This is all part of the path that's unfolding for you. Don't worry about the timeline. Worry about what you can get done. Worry about those tasks that you're responsible for, right? Worry about the things that you can actually do or fix or manage, right? You can't worry about other people or other situations that are beyond your control. So don't be a host for the Nine of Swords energy. Don't let that fear, don't let that fear here, or the anxiety or the stress come in and shake you in any way, because you are supported. You have this energy of the Fool helping you relax a little bit and enjoy the process. You're getting stuff done. You know what needs to be done, and you're capable of juggling everything. Just don't worry about what other people are doing. Worry about yourself. That's why I always tell my kiddo, don't worry about what other people are doing. Just manage what you can do. It will all fall into place. Have faith, okay? Much love, peace, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.